Okay, so let's start type like 1 type of prohibited food. A, primary biblical prohibitions. Okay. So number 1, behema teima, non-kosher animal. Okay. So I mean, he said he's not going to go into the details, but this is like a general overview of a non-kosher meat. Okay, so there is no contradiction. So it says the Torah forbids us to eat any land animal or the milk of that animal that does not have 2 distinct simanim, right? Signs, indication to attest for its kashrut. The animal must both chew its cud. Its English translation is like ruminate, okay, and have completely clothed hooves, like split hooves, to be considered beima, tehara, right, a kosher and clean animal. So let's stop right here and we try to understand and explain. So Torah says that it is forbidden to eat animal or even milk of the animal. So we have this rule that the product of forbidden substance are forbidden themselves. The only exception that I know of is bee honey, right? Bee is of course not kosher, but honey is kosher, right? So that's, I mean, I think it's the only exception, but I might be wrong. Maybe there are more. I think it's only one. Okay, so of course we're not allowed to eat these animals, and not allowed to drink their milk. And as we said in our discussion when we were talking about the milk that is milked by a non-Jew, so we were afraid that he would add some non-kosher milk, because it's like fatter for preservation. Okay, that was the issue. So Rambam in Hilchas Machlos Asuros, so, right, laws of forbidden foods, 3.1 states, henceforth all of the reference to Rambam in Hilchas Machlos unless noted. Okay, right. So okay, I apologize for confusing you. I shouldn't have read this commentary. Okay, so all of the kosher animals must have 2 simanim, 2 signs, right? So first they have to chew their cud, so they have have to have 3 stomachs, right? And the food goes from one stomach another, then goes back and then goes forward. Okay, right? And it has to have completely split hoof, completely. So what is not completely is camel. So camel has a little split, but not completely split. All right. And only then, so if they have these two signs, they would be beimate tehara. So meaning clean, kosher animal. So it's not a clean physically, but pure. If you tehara is a pure. They translate it as clean. Okay. So I think pure is a better word. I think. And the list of these animals, right? It says more accurately: deer, bison, gazelle, antelope, ibex, addax, giraffe, right? And all non-domestic animals in the category chaya. Okay. Okay. No problem. So, right. So all of this, those of course wild animals, but they are also kosher. So altogether, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have goats, cows, and sheep, right? So we have all together we have 10 kosher animals, and of course of the subspecies of those, right? Different, of course, there are different kinds. Okay, so altogether 10 animals. Okay. I apologize. They put it in the commentary and they put it in here. Cows, goats, sheep. Okay, as we said, deep bisons, gazelle, antelope, ibex, addax, and giraffe are animals that have both these characteristics and are considered behemoths tagaros, kosher animals. Okay, so 10 kosher animals. An animal with either or only one of these simanim is considered a be'ema te'ema, meaning non-kosher, non-clean animal. Right? The pig does not chew its cud. Its cud, although it has split hooves. Right? So that's why one of the it's again why we don't eat pig, because HaShem said so. But many nations, especially Esav, they're associated with the pig. They like pig very much. What was the problem with the pig? Because pigs like to lay on the side and stick out these hooves. And when you see the hooves, it's absolutely kosher. So they present themselves as a democratic. They present, let's say, as all loving people. But we know that inside they're rotten. They're pigs, and pig would eat its offspring like. Without thinking twice, and would eat all of the garbage. So even though the pig, presents himself as a very kosher animal, so deep inside it's not. Okay, and this Esav, he proved it time and time again who he is. A camel chews its cud. But has no split hooves. Right, so as we said, no completely split hooves. Right? Both these animals, and certainly animals possessing neither of the same, for example, donkey or horse, are considered be'ema te'ema. So it doesn't matter they have one siman or no one sign or no signs at all. For us, they're unclean, non-kosher animals. It has been noted, so it does not mean they're wicked or something like that. For us, HaShem said, don't eat those. Okay, it's again, that does not mean they're bad. It has been noted that to this day, no species has been discovered that have a split hoofs, but does not chew its cud. Besides the pig. So of course, and any normal person, in my mind, right? In my mind, I mean, any normal person that reads only this line from the Torah would become religious on the spot, right away. What? That HaShem said there are those exception, right? For exemption, right? That have only one sign, right? Pig has split hooves, but does not chew its cud, and three others they have. They chew its cud but do not have a split hooves, right? And period. So if like normal person, honest person, right, intellectually honest person would see that and see who would be able to say this statement like 3,300 plus years ago. Like, and since then, even though people discovered many new animals, like, I don't know, every year I'm not sure if every year, but they have thousands and how many millions of species of different subspecies of any different animals. They did not have one more to this list. It's very interesting. Similarly, except for the camel, shafan and arneves. So they're going to explain what is this. No species had been discovered. They chew their cud and have no split hooves. Right? Period. And we're going to see what are these animals. One is like a rabbit or something. They are precisely the only species cited in the Torah as having one siman without the other. Okay, so let's see what does it mean. So the commentary or arneves. Shafan and arneves. So camel is understandable. 7, okay. We have no tradition that defines the species of Safan and arneves. I'm not sure why he said that. Perhaps they are extinct today. The various definitions of Shafan and arneves as rabbit and hare. So hare is Hare. It's like a big rat, I would say. And rak, dodger. The mother Hebrew innovations and have no relative to the Torah meaning. Okay. And the llama, it's very interesting. And llama is considered to be part of the camel family. Okay, in all other editions, that's how they translate. One is rabbit, and in one the hare. Okay, so we can go by that. I mean, to say they do not exist, even though we know that these animals chew their cat, I'm not sure why we should say otherwise. Okay, let's read the last commentary. I guess we stop. So it says in Talmud Hulim 60b, comments that Moshe Rabbeinu made incredible knowledge of different animal species. Was Moshe Rabbeinu a hunter or archer? Right, so if Moshe Rabbeinu wrote this story, that's a famous one, right? So, okay, so, like how did he know that only these 4 species had an exception, right? How did he know? Like from where? Like he would need to know all of the animals all over the world. And as we know, he's been raised in Egypt, went to Ethiopia, right, to Africa, and then Egypt is Africa, I apologize. He went to south to Ethiopia. He came back, right, and went to Midian, went to Israel. All of this like a neighboring country, but not all of the world. He did not inspect all of the animals, right? This refutes those who maintain that Torah was not given of divine origin. Of course, they're going to give you a million details, but this they cannot ignore. I mean, they can ignore, but we cannot. Sim Malbim to Vaikran 11:4, who notes that the Torah risked the credibility by listing only 4 animals that possess single siman. Right. So if anybody ever would discover one more animal, so that's the whole Torah is not true. As for sure, this is not going to happen. And even if genetically modified animal, it's never going to happen, right? Because it's Hashem's world, and that's what he said. Single siman, which is a gamal, camel, arneves, and shafan. Okay, meaning this, as we said, it's rabbit and this hare, which ruminate but have no cloven hooves. So I mean, I like split hooves better. It's like more understandable. Okay, and Hazir pig, which possesses a single characteristic of this of the split hoof. So and no other animals beside the pig that have this sign. The Talmud in Hulim 59a explains Hashem is the master of the universe. He knows that no other non-ruminating beast exists with cloven hoofs besides the pig. Period. So if you ask your wife, I'm talking to a man, so where is this coffee? Where is the tea? Do we have extra flour? This, she will tell you exactly. Like we don't have. We have one extra bottle. It's on this cabinet on the left, in the bottom, on the back. Like she knows exactly. So lechavdel. So Hashem knows exactly what He created, and He knows exactly what rule of creation He put there. He knows. He said, "This is it. If my wife tells me we need to buy this because we run out, so that's it. I'm not going to go check." She knows, right? No other ramification with okay, we said that with non-cloven hoofs exists besides gamal, arneves, and shafan. In addition, the Torah, so all of these 3 animals. In addition, the Torah lists only 10 species that have both simanim. So that's it. So, and of course, as we said, subspecies. Naturalists have explored every corner of the globe and have discovered many new species that were unknown to the ancients. Today, they have not discovered any complete new species that remunerates and has split hoofs, or possesses only one of the 2 characteristics that does not attest to the divine origin of the Torah. I mean, if you're honest, if you're intellectually honest person, I would say yes. But if not, who's going to stop you? Okay, so we can stop here.